guys? This is GamerStation1234. I have my camera turned off today because I just don't like. I'm not camera ready, even though I never really am. But anyways, today's episode, I'm one of your hosts, Will, and we're gonna go down the line, and everybody's gonna introduce themselves. So let's get started. So, Bawse, introduce yourself.
What up, YouTube? It's Brooklyn, Bawse Gaming Nation. Come together, unite.
Unite. Next, we got Trent. Introduce yourself.
I'm Trent from the Trent Network.
All right. Still no videos?
Nope.
Okay. Maybe next week.
Yeah, so we gotta change that, Trent.
We do. We really do. Next, we have Thuggy. Plus, introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? This shit handheld, the console gamer, Thuggy Plus. Make sure to tweet me on Twitter. I am Thuggy.
All right. All right. Let's go. All right. So, we have a few stories today. It's not a very exciting day in gaming news, at least from what I can find. So we're going to start with some stories that I happened to stumble across before we started this episode. So I guess what would be... Trent, what is your story while I find a good one?
Final Fantasy 13 is coming to the PC, it's already out on the PC, and they've released a bad port for the PC version, basically.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, it doesn't have a 1080p, and you can't change the settings, like from medium to high. It's all kind of locked. But there's supposed to be a patch coming out to fix it.
See, that's what I don't get. Why don't they just wait for the 1080p support in order for this game to be run? Like, seriously, man.
And it's also running bad on most computers, too.
Oh, freaking well. Oh, freaking well. It's an old game, and I'm pretty sure PC gamers already played it or don't even care about it. So, I don't know. So, but how do you feel about Final Fantasy 13, getting a PC port this late? This late, and then on top of that, it being a bad one. Not even supporting 1080p at launch, and then on top of that, there's going to be a patch. I think it's ridiculous. They shouldn't even release it at this point. If they're going to half-ass it like that, don't release it. But what do you think about it, Trent?
I'm a bit disappointed, and it's a big download, too. It's like 50 gigs, over 50 gigs.
No. Mm-mm.
I was really looking forward to playing it in the better PC graphics, like 1080p, and kind of crank up the settings a little bit, but it looks like you can't do that, and even if you are, it looks like it's not going to run properly on a mid-range or any kind of PC, because the game just runs bad, basically.
Alright. Hey, Bawse, how do you feel about a game like Final Fantasy? We know how old that is. That's a last-gen game. Finally getting ported to the PC, and not even being able to deliver on anything. Do you feel like it's a waste to port a game that old, even if there's no difference to it?
I mean, to be quite honest, it really don't bother me because I'm not really a PC gamer, so it doesn't really affect me. But I mean, to be quite honest, PC gamers really shouldn't have an issue with it because they're gonna mod the shit out of the game anyway to make it look the way they want it to look. So, I've seen them take a crappy game and make them turn it into something that gamers can play. Look at what they did to Armor. They turned that into DayZ. So, I really think that, at the end of the day, you got a PC. If it's not running at the graphics that you would want it to run on, you can upgrade it and run it on what you want. That's the advantage of having a PC and playing games on a PC. If it's not to your liking, you can create a world or create it so that it can actually look the way you want. So, it shouldn't really be a big deal to, full-time PC gamers. They'll get around it and get over it.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that PC people can mod stuff. So Thuggy, I'm not sure if you ever play PC games or anything anything like that, so I'm not sure how this story will affect you. But how do you feel about them making an old game and then half-assing it at the end? Like it's not going to be good during launch.
I think they should have like brought it out a little bit sooner. And now I really don't know what to say.
All right. But it just looks like it's gonna be that kind of a day, you know. Just like, you know, that was a bad story. So, I mean, it's like it's just a PC thing. So for PC gamers out there who are watching this, if you guys are fans of Final Fantasy 13, Trent, was there a release date for it?
I believe it's already out.
Oh, it's already
It came out Thursday.
Okay, so it came out Thursday, so it came out yesterday. So yesterday, PC gamers, if you guys are still looking to get Final Fantasy 13, from a console perspective, it's a pretty good game. It's not the best Final Fantasy in the series, but you know it's good enough. But I definitely say that if there's wait till mods come out before you even invest in it. I mean, that's just my personal opinion on it. Does anybody else have anything to add to this story before we move on?
It's me. It's actually the first out of the 3. They're releasing 13.2 and 13.3 also, all on the PC.
PSC? PlayStation computer?
I don't know, but they're releasing them all on the PC.
PC.
Yes, the whole little trilogy of 13.
Check got consoles on his mind. All right.
I had it on the PS3, so.
All right. Wait, do you have? You said that you have it on PS3, right?
I had it. I sold it.
Oh, okay. I still kept mine. Collector's purposes.
Really?
I'm keeping all my Japanese games because according to it just seems that Japanese gaming is dying, so I'm keeping all my Japanese games just in case if it ever does. so they'll probably go up in price.
Oh, it's only $15.
I know, but you know how with time something could be $50 today, and then like nobody buys it, and then like years
cheaper
from now.
No, I'm talking about the PC version. I'm looking at it right now. It's only $15, and then on a Steam sale it'll be even cheaper.
Oh, that's cool for 720p and whatever. That's not bad. $15. Not bad.
Okay, next story. I'm so sorry for bringing it up. I just thought the viewers might be interested.
Well, no, we may have some PC people that are interested in Final Fantasy 13. They're like, oh, yay, fun, I can play it. Next story, this is a Game Informer article. It says, BioWare confirms that Dragon Age Resolutions, that they maximize the current potential of each platform. BioWare has addressed questions regarding the resolution of Dragon Age Inquisition on Xbox One and PS4. Additionally, the company has revealed the required and recommended specifications in order to run the PC version. Dragon Age Inquisition will run at 900p on Xbox One and 1080p on PlayStation 4. Quote, we maximize the current potential of each platform. BioWare said that Dragon Age Twitter account frame rate was not mentioned. So no frame rate, actually. As for the PC version, you need a 64-bit operating system, either Windows 7 or 8.1. DirectX 10 is required, and DirectX 11 is recommended. You can run the game on as little as 4 gigs of RAM and 512 megabytes of VRAM. But for the best performance, you should have 8 gigs of RAM and 3 gigs of VRAM. So, okay. So now we have the specs of Dragon Age Inquisition. So we're going to go down the line and see who's getting it, if this game even interests anybody, and how do you feel about the resolutions. So, Bawse, how do you feel about, is Dragon Age a game that's on your radar? And if it is, does the 1080p versus 900p bother you?
Personally, this is going to be a game that I'm going to be getting. By the way, there's so many games that came out within the last 2 months that I just cannot get around to. I picked up Alien Isolation, I picked up Shadow of Mordor, and I picked up Forza Horizon 2, and I haven't even got the opportunity to put maybe 10 hours in either of those games. But this is a game that I'm going to be getting. The resolution, like I said before, it really doesn't make a big deal because you're not going to be able to tell the difference when you're playing on console. The only way you're really going to tell an actual leap in resolution is when you're gaming on PC, at least far as what I've seen so far. So 900p, 1080p, I mean, we need to just really calm down. Let's see what the game is all about. We see what Destiny is, right? It's a game that looks beautiful but have no content in it to support it. So we're hoping that this game actually is going to be the opposite of that. By the way, this game is set to come out very soon, and it's going to be exclusively for next gen, I believe, so far that I know. So, I mean, let's just give it time and let's get away from the components of what makes the game and see if the game actually is good overall.
Yeah, exactly. That's important. Trent, how do you feel about Dragon Age Inquisition? Are you getting it?
No, I'm not.
And
Not
since
interested.
you're not interested, so how do you feel about the whole 1080p versus 900p argument? Is it a big deal for you, or it doesn't matter?
I don't know. Still kind of on the fence.
I know that
see
you're picky. You're picky.
Yeah, since I have an Xbox One now, I can see what 900p looks like. That sounds kind of mean, but it's true now. I can see what's the big deal about 900p. Why is it so bad?
There's really no difference, to be honest. But it's like 180 pixels different. That's all it is. Like, it's not that bad. You ain't gonna really see it.
So what about the frame rate again?
The frame rate is still unknown.
Okay.
They didn't specify the frame rate yet. So most likely, I'm assuming it's 30. If they don't give you a frame rate, it's 30.
Not on PC, though.
Not on PC. PC is gonna run 1080p at 60 frames per second. It's a given.
This is a bad port, like the Final Fantasy game.
Unless, I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt it's gonna be a bad port. I think it's gonna be a good. Thuggy, what is your opinion on the whole 1080p versus 900p argument?
I don't really care about the graphics. I get tired of hearing people, complain about what the graphics is on games and stuff. But you really can't determine the difference. I mean, really.
Oh, okay. Does anybody else have anything to say about this story? Like any last minute things that they want to add on before we move on to the next one?
Yeah. I mean, just enjoy the game when it comes out. Stop, pushing on a star or looking for a company to hop over the moon to appease you. The game is what it is. This is what they said it's going to be running on. And, it's one thing if it doesn't run properly or is stable enough to play online, then that's one thing. But if it's just a game that is a game, enjoy it and play it. Let's stop looking at this thing like the end-all, be-all to a company or just a gaming industry as if it's going in the wrong direction. This is still the first year of these consoles, so let's just take a breath, step back, and realize that.
100% agree with you, boss. So I really have nothing to add. I really think that you should be judging a game by its gameplay as opposed to what the graphics are. Because a game could look the part of a pretty game, but then it's terrible afterwards. Like, it's a terrible gameplay experience. Let me see. Let's look at the next news story. Oh, if you Wii U owners, if any of you guys are interested, in case if you guys don't know, the Bayonetta 2 demo is available in Europe and the US stores. It allows you to have 15 plays. That's it. The download is not that long. It should take you about maybe 7 minutes, 8 minutes. That's how long it took me to download it. So it is on the eShop. If you guys are still on the fence about Bayonetta 2, it's a definite recommend download, and it's just the prologue, and it has all that action in it. It's a definite download plus. Okay, all right. I just wanted to throw that little disclaimer out there. Let me see. There's a couple of alphas and betas coming out. We have the Evolve Alpha coming out, and we have the Fable Legends Beta coming out for the Xbox One. You can play the Evolve Alpha on Halloween. Let me see if it tells you. It says, okay, Hunters, Shooters fans, Giant Monsters, Unite, 2K, and Turtle Rock's multiplayer shooter Evolve is getting a closed big alpha test later this month. Do you enjoy the occasional death-defying hunt through exotic alien jungles, or do you prefer the confidence of lumbering giant that hurls rocks at prey? Evolve caters to both playstyles. The closed alpha test is happening on PlayStation 4 on the 31st of October to the 2nd of November. Evolve has been playable at select trade shows earlier this year. Oh wait, hold up. Okay, so, alright, I'm just checking. Evolve is still month for release date of February 10th, so getting in now is recommended if you're impatient, which is totally fine. Because of this is a limited closed alpha test, you will need a code to register for a chance to participate. Fortunately, we have one below. Use it before it expires, and remember that you must have a active PlayStation Plus membership to play. Okay, so the code is, if you guys want to check it out, the code is 63334-59648-17396. You use the referral code PlayStation 4v1. So it's capital PLAY, capital STATION 4v1. That's that. And then you redeem the code at evolvegame.com/bigalpha. So, if you guys want to be a part of the PlayStation 4 Alpha, that's what you guys need to do. So is anybody going to be signing up for this Evolve Alpha in hopes that you guys get it? Boss?
Actually, I'm still up in arms about Evolve. Here's why. I like the fact that they're not putting like this ridiculously crazy story out there to accompany the game that tried to tie in while you're playing the game. I think that's what kind of destroyed Destiny when they tried to put a lore in it that didn't make sense. It just wasn't sufficient enough to support the game. Evolve is I believe a 4v1 type experience, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. It reminds me more of Left 4 Dead. It's actually made by the creators of Left 4 Dead, so that's a good thing if you are into that type of gameplay experience. I'm not really looking forward to this game because about time Evolve comes out, about time that beta comes out, there's going to be so many games that's going to be out that I'm going to be still playing or try to catch up on that I probably wouldn't even have time for the actual game if it came out a month after the beta. So, I'll probably check it out maybe 6 months after the game came out and get into it. But right now, I'm not really looking for it.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Trent, how do you feel about Evolve? Trent?
I'm so sorry. As I was saying, I kind of want to play it, but I don't have anyone play it with. I don't like playing with random people. Remember, so.
So you're not gonna sign up for the alpha?
Yeah.
You are, or you're not?
I am. I'm gonna try it.
Alright, well, I'll send you guys a link just in case if you guys want to see it. I'll post a link in the description to see if you guys can get your, hopefully your chances done. I just signed up for it. So let's see. Let's see if I get it. Success. I've been registered for a chance to participate in the big alpha. So let's see. And if I get it and they allow me to, I will record it. The Last of Us 2 PS4 confirmed by Naughty Dog as a release date set for June 2016. The Last of Us PC version is in the works. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just read that. That just like blew my mind. I'm sorry. Thuggy, how do you feel about Evolve? Does that game even interest you? Like, were you a fan of the Left 4 Dead series or anything like that?
Yeah, I was a fan of the Life of Dead series back when I was on 360. But I'm not interested in this Evolve game. No, I'm not really into the shooters type. I think I don't know, but I'm not really interested in it. But like when the game do come out, I will check out some gameplay. But I'm not going to be trying to buy it. And I'll just watch some gameplay of it.
Okay. What's the next one? Boss, do you have a story that you would like to share with
Didn't you
like
just
any
say
stories?
Last of Us?
Oh yeah, thank you.
See?
That's a big one.
That's confusing. What?
Hold up. I'm
Sony
gonna
lost
read the
this-
article. I'm gonna read this. It says The Last of Us, the original PC version, is in the works. So it says it's happening. The Last of Us is getting a sequel, and Naughty Dog just revealed that The Last of Us 2 PlayStation 4 release date, if the reports are to be believed. Previously, IGN. Oh my God! Get out of my way. Okay, reported that The Last of Us 2. Oh my God, I am so sorry. I'm reading this on an iPad and it's just acting up on me. Oh, this just sucks. Okay. Well, basically, IGN reported that, Last of Us 2 on PS4 was 50-50, as stated by Last of Us creator-director Neil Druckmann, when he stated that Naughty Dog has not yet decided if it will make a sequel to the game. Right now, I'd say it's 50-50, said Druckmann. But in a report by Hypeable, The Last of Us 2 for the PS4 has been confirmed, but there's no significant plot details that have been set by Naughty Dog. When asked if there was going to be further content for the universe of Joel and Ellie live in, creative director Druckmann said, "It's possible. We're playing with some ideas, but no direction has been set yet for the next game." By stating for the next game, Druckmann confirmed that The Last of Us 2 is in the planning process. Later on, Druckmann tries to cover for himself, answering, "Will you be making another Last of Us, and will it feature Joel and Ellie?" with a "don't know yet," said Mitchell Clow of Hypeable. However, user Gretchen Gable from VG247 forums has claimed that The Last of Us 2 plot is going to focus on a grown-up Ellie living her life without Joel and how struggles with it. And how Joel struggles with it. Oh, and how she struggles with it. Oh my God. Gretchen Gable also claimed that since Ellie is going to be grown up in The Last of Us 2, Ashley Johnson could be replaced by a new voice actress. And now Cyberland has reported that The Last of Us 2 for PS4 was reportedly announced during PAX Prime, and that some concept art of The Last of Us 2 was shown behind closed doors. Cyberland also reported that Naughty Dog is looking into a PC port of The Last of Us, but they are focusing on fulfilling their alleged plan of The Last of Us 2 release date going to be of June 2016, and a PC port would hinder that. Do you want The Last of Us for PS4 to happen? The Last of Us 2 for PS4 to happen. Do you want to focus on Joel and Ellie, or would you want a game to focus on different characters? Alright, so we're going to go down the line and see what everybody thinks of a possible sequel of The Last of Us 2. So, Boss, you just recently completed The Last of Us 2, did a review, gave it a 10 out of 10. So, what is your opinion on a possible sequel of The Last of Us 2? Do you think that this is going to happen?
Yeah, I just finished The Last of Us remastered for the PS4 a couple of months back. Actually, that gameplay is not available due to the fact that my channel got hacked. So that's not up on Brooklyn Bawse channel. I might do another gameplay of that. But I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of the story. Obviously, it was the game of the year. Possibly could have been the game of the year this year. Hopefully, it's in the running for that. But it would be really crazy for Naughty Dog not to actually put out another Last of Us due to the fact that they have two blockbuster games that are exclusive so far right now to PlayStation, and that's Uncharted and The Last of Us. And even though The Last of Us is on standalone game, I think that we have Uncharted to thank for that, due to the cinematic writing and the story of it. But I'm all on board for this. I would like to see the progression of a procedurally based universe, or at least other spin-offs of The Last of Us. Especially if The Last of Us 2 comes out, it does have the plot story where you play as an older Ellie, and the fact that, spoiler alert, Joel lied to her about her not being able to help the Fireflies at the end of the game when she was actually the cure, and he didn't want her to die due to whatever selfish reasons that he felt, or he actually really looked at her as his actual daughter that he lost in the beginning of the game. This game, either way you put it, whenever it comes out, is going to be a blockbuster hit. Only if they stick to the universe and they make a game that's also, expansive, that you can expand upon, that you can also add other stories to, and actually maybe even possibly create a cooperative experience playing The Last of Us. Who knows? Because I think it would have been cool if I could have played as Ellie, or one of my friends could have played as Joel, and we experienced the story together. You know what I mean? So I think that there's a lot of avenues that this game can take if it wants to expand in the future.
That would be great, actually. A cooperative Last of Us? That would be kick-ass. Trent, how do you feel about the possibilities of a Last of Us 2 sequel, and what do you what do you and where do you want the story to go? Do you want it to be new characters, or do you want it to follow Joel and Ellie and continue that story?
I'm excited about a Last of Us 2. I really wouldn't mind if it went in that direction.
Where it continues?
Yeah.
Oh, so okay, all right,
Yeah, I would like to see that.
all right.
But I'm more shocked about it being on PC.
Well, that part is supposedly a rumor. I don't even know. I think this is all a rumor, but this just came out like right now.
I know.
I just saw it, so I'm like, what? Okay.
Because that means Sony lost the exclusive. They're playing the Xbox game. Like the games that came out last year, Dead Rising, Rise, all gone. Not exclusives. Titanfall wasn't exclusive at launch. It was on PC, and 360, so it's like, wow.
Okay. Thuggy, how do you feel? Did you play The Last of Us, the first one, and how do you feel about a sequel? And how do you feel if it follows Joel and Ellie's story again, or do you want it to be like all new characters in a different part of the world at the same time?
I haven't played it, so I don't really, I don't really know.
Oh, sorry, we just spoiled the game for you. But you had a year. You had a year. No, I'm playing.
I ain't get a spoiler. I was going to say.
All right, good. Because it's a good game. You need to get on it, Thuggy. You need to play it. You have to. It's something that you must at least. It's something that you have to experience. I think you would really, really enjoy it. And I'm pretty sure it's cheaper now. Honestly, I think it is. Oh my God! Coupons in the building. Hey, how you doing? All right, we got Kuuppon in here. Thank you. If you have any questions to ask anytime during the show, please ask them. Definitely. I have an interesting topic that just popped up out of nowhere. Yesterday, Sony revealed that they have a new cell phone coming out, but it supports PS4 Remote Play, and it hits on the U.S. on October 23rd. And it says that Sony unveiled a new Xperia phone that will support the ability to play PS4 games remotely using the Remote Play function. The Z3V is a Verizon version of the Z3 phone that will be co-launched with the cell provider, and the new model will go on sale at Verizon stores online and Verizon partners for $200 with a 2-year contract on October 23rd. So yeah, a remote play PlayStation phone, like a remote play PS4 phone. Like I don't even know if it's gonna work, but it's 4G. What else? What else? Is there anything? Is there anything? It's 4G and nothing else. It doesn't say anything. You can use your PS4 controller, it looks like, as well. Like you can connect a PS4 controller to it. So that's kind of cool. What do you guys think about Sony going the remote play route for a cell phone? Boss?
Sony need to stop. And the reason I say that is because like they're bleeding from like every which way they can look up, and it's only because of the ventures that they have that's outside of the gaming platform area of the actual company. Because the gaming area of Sony Enterprise as a complete company and a product is actually doing pretty well. It's just all the other joint ventures. Like sometimes you got to stop wasting money and beating a dead horse, especially if you're not thriving in a particular genre that they're trying to thrive in. They continue to try to make phones. They're not selling phones right now. No one's looking for a Sony phone. You know what I mean? So what you should do is just pull back your marketing from that particular product and put it in the market that's actually making you money. So gaming is making them money. So why don't you invest more in that? Because 10 million units have been sold of the PS4. That's the #1 leading next-gen console gaming company right now. That's not by surprise. That's actually by design. So if you're winning and you set it up to be that way, why don't you invest in it so you can earn more, but also fix some of the consumer issues that they have with your product?
Okay. Trent, how do you feel about this new remote play PS4 phone?
Boss took the words out of my mouth. Sony need to stop. Like, literally, they need to stop. No one wants a Sony phone. No one wants a Sony TV. No one wants a Sony camera. They all you can burn
Sony laptop.
Yes, I thought they killed the Sony phone off. That would have been a better idea. I mean, I know they're bleeding a lot of money, and that's kind of hard to do, but no one's buying Sony. They're buying Samsung and iPhones, it seemed like. But I'm not interested in this remote play phone. I think it would be cool if they put it on the Android phones. And then
if it actually worked.
Yeah. Not just Sony Android phones. That's not a good thing.
Thuggy, how do you personally feel about a remote play phone from Sony?
Same thing what Trent and Bawse said. I don't see why they're trying to make another phone. The last one didn't do so well. And we got the PS Vita that already supports the remote play, and then I believe the Edition TV thing is supposed to support it as well. So I don't know what they're doing. They're just wasting money.
All that money could have been going to new servers, Sony. What's wrong with you? I don't know why you're wasting your money. They just need to stop. The thing is that we understand that Sony was at one point the king of, well, not really the king, but they were one of the top branded companies that would sell TVs and things like that. But now times have changed, and they need to just drop it. And I know that that's a lot of jobs lost. It's a lot of money that's lost on a lot of products that they have to discontinue and, things like that. They just need to stop making new stuff and just kind of sell what they have now and then just kind of let it slowly fade away and just kind of stick to the gaming market. I don't know. But I don't know. And Sony can stick to in the camera market because they're still popular in the camera market. Like in the movie cinema quality cameras. Okay. Next story. This is the final Sony story that we're going to mention, unless something randomly pops up. But a 7-hour PSN maintenance scheduled for October 13th. Once again, Sony to deploy a series of back-end improvements to the PlayStation Network coming this Monday. It will undergo a routine maintenance on Monday the 13th for a period of around 7 hours. It's currently scheduled to take place on that day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time. And if you sign into into the PSN since October 8th, you'll be able to play PS4, PS3, and PlayStation Vita games online and access entertainment apps like Netflix during the maintenance period. However, the PlayStation Store, PlayStation Home, and account management will be offline. And they say, we thank you for your patience and support and apologize for any inconvenience this may cause, Sony said. What do you think the reason for these maintenance really are? Boss, do you have an idea of what the reason for these actual, like, what would your guess be on this estimate?
I think that is unacceptable. I think it's so unacceptable. It's so absurd, and I really starting to lose actually all patience with any maintenance issues that Sony servers continue to have. Now we're paying for the online service to play with other gamers. So now it's a premium product now that we have to pay for, but we're not getting premium service, and yet that's still not an issue that gamers continue not to bitch about. We complain about 1080p, we complain about 60 frames per second, but we're not complaining about the servers and the actual component which link other gamers to other gamers. I mean, it would be safe to say that if I want to play with another gamer on a PlayStation product, I might as well have them come sit next to me on my couch. You know what I mean? And play with me that way, because it's absurd, it's preposterous, because it's been a year now, and you're still dealing with server issues. It's been a year now, and we're still waiting to see what it's like to be next gen on the PS4. They promised us themes like 3 months ago, and they still have not gotten us themes yet. But Microsoft, on the other hand, and I hate to bring up their competitor, but it's true, they have completely surpassed them in the customer relations department when it comes to conveying their image or what they would like to see for their console. Sony has continued to drop the ball over and over again, but yet we still continue to give them a pass because we still go out and buy their games. We still continue to become fanboys and support their product when no one wants to be honest and correct that a company that sold 10 million units, once again, is still having these minor hiccups that they should no longer have in the next console cycle. So I'm not accepting that.
All right. So So Trent, how do you feel about the maintenance? What do you think is actually happening? Like, what do you think that they're doing it for?
Don't they always do maintenance though?
They always do maintenance, but what do you think is the reason for the maintenance?
I have no idea. I won't be playing anyway, so I really don't care, I guess.
I think it's to fix the stupid server issues that they always have. Instead of buying servers, they don't get new ones. But like,
I don't know if Drive Club is working yet.
Probably not.
People that brought it.
We still don't even have the free PlayStation Plus edition that they promised us a long time ago. That was a premium service a premium service promise to get people to buy PlayStation Plus so they can get this PlayStation Plus Drive Club edition, and they can't even get access to it because Sony messed up again. So but what do you think about the maintenance in general? Does it bother you a lot? Like, do you get sick and tired of hearing that there's a maintenance issue?
Not anymore.
You've gotten used to it?
On a PS3 it did, but now I don't really use the PS4 a lot, to be honest. Even before I got an Xbox, it's just like a lot of games on the PS4 are not really appealing to me right now. So I don't use it that much.
All right. Thuggy, how do you feel about the PlayStation? Because PlayStation 3 is also plagued with this. So how do you feel about these constant maintenances that happen on the PlayStation?
It really don't bother me really. I don't really play too much games online unless I'm playing with a friend. But I don't know what the maintenance is for. But I think they're gonna get another Dawson tag.
Personally, what I have to say about the situation is that I think it's absolutely utterly ridiculous that it's like embarrassing yourself. It's like Sony always gets caught with its pants down or something. You know, every time when they have to mention we're doing a maintenance, we did a mess up or there's some sort of mess up. The thing is that that's ridiculous that if I'm not, let's say that I don't use my PlayStation 4, obviously I'm not going to be using the online, but let's say that I use my PlayStation 4 strictly for Netflix or something like that. I won't be able to have access for that for 7 hours if I just chose to turn it on today. The thing is that I think the reason for the maintenance is, like I said, is the servers. That they're trying to fix it because there's traffic and all this stuff, and they have to situate it because they don't have anything to compensate for the 10 million consoles that they sold. So it's ridiculous. From now on, if there's not an exclusive on PlayStation, like I will only get exclusives on PlayStation 4, and I will only and other alternatives I'm getting on Xbox One. I have made up my mind. I'm sick and tired of this stuff. This is PS3 stuff. PS3 stuff. And it's happening on PS4. Absolutely ridiculous. Even on the Vita. How the hell? Seriously. So dumb. Let's see. Boss, do you have a story that you want to share with us or anything that interests you?
Yeah, actually, I do have a story I would like to share. We all know Lindsay Lohan, right? She sued Rockstar months back due to the fact that a character by the name of Lacey Jonas in GTA 5 resembled her in a couple of pictures and in the game. So she's suing Rockstar basically to get paid due to the fact that she feels like her likeness has been used without her permission. And as recently, she also released, well, at least a lawyer released several pictures of the game and several pictures of her and her lifestyle, and claiming that they actually took her life and actually used her likeness in the game for profit. So it's funny because she's saying that Rockstar is using her likeness for profit, but yet she's suing for profit. So I don't know when is it going to stop. I really think Lindsay Lohan needs to really evaluate her life because she has been known to sue anyone and everyone if they say the slightest thing about her that's disrespectful or just like a video game that might have used her likeness. But so what? They didn't use her name. They didn't use her life. They might have used someone that looked like her or resembled her in some shape or form. But isn't this a free country? But yet we are sue happy here in America. We sue each other more than our countrymen more than any other country and their citizens sue each other. So, what do you guys think about Lindsay Lohan?
You better save me for last. So, Trent, how do you feel about Lindsay Lohan?
She needs to stop too. No one cares. She's. I don't think the likeness, like Bawse said, even if it was supposed to be her, why are you suing? You're just suing to get some money. So no, I'm not. I don't care. I hope she doesn't win.
Thuggy, how do you feel about Lindsay Lohan?
I'm gonna say no comment.
No comment. Okay. Me personally, that woman is running out of money quicker because nobody wants to hire her. Nobody wants her in the movies because she's always late. She's always in this and always in something and that. I don't know this girl personally, so, the media can always blow things out of proportion. But I did hear about this a long time ago, that she tried to sue Rockstar because they have a character that portrays her or whatever. And seriously, how are you going to sue for just a personality? I would understand her suing and her getting offended if they actually used, like, her name, like it's her actual Lindsay Lohan, and they did a really bad portrayal of her. I would totally say, hey, yeah, whatever. I mean, if she wants to be all she's desperate for money. This girl is desperate for money. She's sue crazy. She's sue happy, and even though that she's wasting money suing something that I don't think that she even has the potential to win. But then again, we know these lawyers and these judges don't play the video games like we do, so it's like, you know, they could say, oh my god, yeah, it's offensive, and whatever. So she's just trying to sue because she needs money. That's it. She just needs money, and I think it's ridiculous, and she needs to stop crying because, like, she just needs to stop. Ridiculous. Like, people saying her name keeps her famous. People saying her name keeps her famous. Stop doing dumb things, and you won't be offended by it. That's all I'm saying. Boss, what are your official opinions on Lindsay Lohan?
My official opinions on Lindsay Lohan is that she needs some type of psychiatric help. She was a young child star, so she was in the entertainment Hollywood business from a very early age, and you know, now this is all speculation from what we heard and read in the papers, but you know, she was doing some really gnarly things at a really young age, like, you know, smoking cocaine, having sex with older men, and her family, well, at least it seems like her family. When I say her family, her mother and her father basically capitalized off of her fame and the lifestyle that she has, and really didn't steer her in the proper direction. But even as an adult, I mean, at some point, you know, you got to be responsible for yourself. I believe she is at 30 or better at this particular point. I'm not quite sure on her age. I'm sure she's at least 30.
Not 30.
She's not 30 yet?
She looks like it, though.
Well, she looks like she's 40, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
40 to me.
it just tells that lifestyle that she lives or continues to live just took a toll on her life, and everything that she continues to do, it's like a hit or miss. And it's like we're looking for, you know, her to be on a VH1 special, you know, what happened to this star. And she's one to more than most likely will show up on that type of program sooner or later. But officially, I think the women need to help. She need to quit suing Rockstar. You know, these people made $1 billion in 3 days, lady. They're going to fight you for the next 50 years in court. If you think that you're going to win any type of settlement against them, you're going to be sadly mistaken.
Despite that lawyer that she has that gets her off of everything. I don't see her winning a court case. I see her, the only way that she can get away from things of people suing her for something, that I could see her getting away with it. But I can't see her winning a case that she presents herself. So she ain't winning. I don't think she ain't winning anything. So, okay, so in Xbox news, Xbox One is to receive custom dashboard themes, backgrounds, and screenshot function. But they don't know when. So this is actually coming from the Xbox official magazine, this article. So it says, I was told themes and background pics are something that we are working on, and screenshots, you know. People beat me up on screenshots. This is Phil Spencer talking. Spencer observed on the recent episode of the Inner Circle podcast, the team has done a great job with monthly updates. Some of the things that are prioritization and are a time in development. But I know that people like to customize the look of their dash, he went on. And I think both themes, backgrounds, and screenshots are things I know people want. So we're going to deliver them, but we just can't give a when yet. So IGN obtained a PR statement reinforcing all this. We've carefully listening to your feedback and look forward to delivering many of those features and more as part of our regular Xbox One system updates. It reads, we look forward to sharing more details in the future. So this month's Xbox One update includes enhancements for stat mode, achievements, the friends section, and smart glass. So, and in other news, Microsoft has hinted that it may do more with Xbox Live avatars on Xbox One. So, all right. So, Boss, how do you feel about the Xbox One receiving custom dashboard themes and backgrounds and screenshot function?
Oh, I think it's about time. I think that you know, like Sony has announced earlier a few months back that they will be doing the same thing. I think that this is, I mean, it's not really a big priority that a lot of Xbox gamers. I mean, well, I'm not going to say much a big priority, but it's not a deal breaker for a lot of the Xbox One owners because there's so many things that Microsoft have implemented so far to make our gaming experience that much better. I think ultimately we want it, but we're not like crying out for it and bleeding out for it. But I think that Phil Spencer's right. The fact that he's saying he's listening, the fact that you hear him writing this, or at least speaking to like an IG or something like that, and explain to him like, we hear you guys, it's going to come, but just give us some time. We can't give an exact date. That's more than what PS4 head guy is doing. You know what I mean? That's more than what they're trying to do. And once again, Phil Spencer is the face of Microsoft, so it's only right that when you got an issue with Microsoft, you go to him, and he always gives you an honest answer that you can actually bring to the bank, or at least take to the bank, and feel like, what, this guy's heard me, and he's going to actually try to implement what I would want to see in the future. So, I mean, it's all thumbs up. It's all gravy for us Xbox One owners. It's a good thing that he's actually listening, though.
Trent, how do you feel about this custom dashboard themes, backgrounds, and screenshot functions?
I'm excited about the screenshot thing. Being new to Xbox One, because I had a PS4 and it had all those things. So I was surprised that it didn't have it. But,
well, the fact that now...
Okay, you do have screenshots on the Xbox One. You can get screenshots right now. You can do that now.
How do you do that?
The same way you say Xbox record that.
Oh, you don't gotta connect.
Oh, well, then you ass out.
Wow.
I'm sorry, man.
So what do you say to Xbox again?
You can say Xbox record that, and it'll record a video, but you can also go into the editing mode where you can actually take a photo from the frame that you actually record the video of. So technically you have the capability to actually get screenshots from the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can still do Xbox record that by double tapping the thing, and then you just hit the X button. It's quicker, actually.
Okay.
It is, but I'm too lazy.
Xbox record that. I didn't get that.
Well,
Siri.
I'll still do it though. I repeat myself until it gets it.
Yeah.
That's just me though. That's just me.
Well, I mean, that's cool that they're getting some stuff like themes, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know when it's coming. I was asked earlier. I didn't know. Because there's always these updates, and I'm like, what are you updating? I kind of don't like they don't say what they're updating to, like Sony. But Sony is kind of vague with it too. You still got to go on the internet and look it up. Like, hey, what are you updating? Why can't I play my game? But I guess I should leave my Xbox on. But I don't feel too comfortable doing that.
You could just leave it on standby.
Yeah, I know. I don't feel comfortable doing that.
No.
But then I shouldn't complain because I could leave it on standby and it can do it automatically.
Yep. Thuggy, I know that you don't have an Xbox One, so I don't even think you care much about it. But what are your thoughts overall on consoles getting stuff that the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 already have?
Well, I think it's good that they allow you to personalize your own dashboard or theme for the game system, just to make your own dashboard whatever look a little different. It's really nothing big, but it's just something good just to have. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, does anybody else have anything else that they would like to say on that subject before we move on?
I got a little topic.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Well, this is for the wrestling fans out there. Oh no, WWE 2K15 is coming out. I think it's coming out either next week or last gen, and then November is coming out for next gen. But we got some DLC. Well, one DLC has been announced. Um, she's pretty much a well-known diva, one of the top divas currently on the roster, and they have her as a DLC instead of being on the game. We got to think about that.
Is she a fairly? Like, I don't watch wrestling, but is this the diva that's the most popular one? Did she recently just come into like existence this year? Or is she like an old? Is she like? Has she been in the wrestling thing for a while? Like, was she in the last game?
No, she was in the last game, but she's won the title a couple of times. She's like one of the main event divas.
Oh, okay.
That she has.
I really don't know, honestly. I think that they probably just it's a rush job, because since now I think the prior focus is on the next gen consoles, I believe, and I feel like with the last gen they don't even care. They just don't care. Did they say how much the DLC will be?
No, they didn't say how much it will be, but she's DLC for both systems, I believe. I mean, both generations.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, because if they actually gave her, like, if it's free DLC, then I would think, that maybe she's in the next gen version and that she's not going to be on, and that it's going to be free DLC for the PS3 version because, I don't know. I really don't know. Trent, how do you feel about it?
WWE?
Yeah, the 2K15 I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really into wrestling.
Bawse, how do you feel about it?
Yo, this is like one of the only wrestling games that I've saw in the last couple of years that actually really interests me. I'm a big wrestling 80s, 90s fanatic. I'm an Ultimate Warrior fan, Hulk Hogan fan, Andre the Giant fan. Yes, I know a lot of people that probably are actually watching this podcast won't understand who those people are or how significant they were to me growing up as a kid. I used to think that Hulk Hogan was black due to the fact that he had a really good tan. And I was like, oh, that dude's black, man, but I realized he wasn't. Yeah, that's an inside information right there. But anyway, and not only that, my dad used to have like the handlebar mustache that he still sports today. So I used to think that he and my dad was related. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, I mean, this game looks like it's really actually real to life. I'm glad that 2K actually started to take over this franchise and put out games like this because we see what they did with basketball, NBA 2K. Second to none. It's the number one game out right now that's a basketball game. NBA, even though NBA Live has actually come back out, is trying to resurface. Just can't compete with 2K. Even when the 2K was actually making football games before Madden brought out the license from the NFL for a couple of years, that was the number one football game to play. So I think that right now 2K has, showed us that they can actually make good sports games. I mean, that wrestling is considered a form of sport. This right here alone, the presentation alone, looks really good. I mean, they have a crazy plethora of a roster of wrestlers that you can play with, old school, new school. You can create your own character. The physics is more real to life. The presentation is more real to life. So this wrestling game looked like it could be a win.
Okay, all right. But how do you feel about this diva winning titles? Winning titles being DLC and not in the actual game. Does that bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. And I'm going to tell you why. Because in the actual game, they're going to actually push for you to actually play as a character and have a story with that one particular character. Whether you play with an already made wrestler or you create one from the start. So, they're going to give you that type of campaign feel, that journey feel, and you're probably going to win a title that way. But outside, like single-player gameplay, when you want to play against other players or you want to play in tournaments, I think that that's cool because then what that do is that brings the replayability back to the game once you completed the story. Because now, if you want to play single player, okay, you buy the DLC that allows you to actually fight for titles or fight in tournaments where you get to attain the title. That was something that was never done. That was never something that was a part of any prior wrestling game that came out to this one. So I think that DLC in wrestling is always good because it's not only that. I mean, you can add goofy type of items and aesthetics to make your character stand out. You can actually, you know what I mean, do other different type of music and theme, intro music if you want, maybe different arenas, different weapons. I think that it's good because this industry right here is more universal than a lot of other games that put DLC out. Like a lot of young kids play and follow wrestling, so I think that it'll be lucrative for them to do that.
Um, is it true that this game has that facial recognition that the latest NBA 2K15 has?
Did not hear about that, but it would be cool though. I mean, not only that, women can actually now scan their face into a game because we all know that there are women wrestlers in the WWE. So this would be a good way to jump in because I know that in NBA 2K, I guess women faces can't be scanned properly, or at least you can scan your face in, but you will be a woman that looks like a man. In other words, you see what I'm saying? So you can scan the face in, but they don't have long hair, or they don't give you the features that you would have of a woman. But apparently, I hope that you can do this in wrestling. It would make the most logical sense.
It would. I feel like that was the best place to implement it. But yeah. All right. So does anybody else have anything that they would like to say on this topic? Okay, we're moving on to the next story. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare got it. You can actually pre-order it now and pre-download it on your Xbox One for the Day Zero edition. But this is how big the game is. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is 45.84 gigabytes on the Xbox One, and that's news coming out from Reddit. So there's actually a picture of how big the thing is. For those keeping track, that's a little under 10% of the Xbox One's hard drive's capacity, or is it? The Xbox One touts a 500 gigabyte capacity, but said amount is before it reserves space for its operating system. The other are functionalities. Once all that is taken into account, free space for game saves, downloadable titles, updates, and so forth, it comes to around 362 gigabytes. So Advanced Warfare really takes up around 14% of your Xbox One hard drive. If you're wondering how many Advanced Warfares it would take to fill a hard drive, the answer would be about 7 copies, give or take. Oh my god! You can hook up an external storage device to the Xbox One system. So as long as it's over 256 gigabytes in size and uses 3.0. Otherwise, only register as a media storage device. Adding further on how much storage you will need, it is announced on Tuesday that owners of last-gen versions of Advanced Warfare will be able to upgrade the current-gen versions for free. That offers runs from release date up until March 31st of 2015, and Call of Duty Advanced Warfare releases internationally on November 4th, 2014. So,
did you just say USB 3.0 only?
Yes. Wait,
Wow.
hold up. Let me reread that side. It says, so as long as it's over 256 gigabytes in size and uses USB 3.0, otherwise it will only register as a media storage device.
That's not a good thing.
Not a good thing.
So you gotta have one of those newer hard drives with the USB 3.0
Yes.
for it to count.
So 45.84 gigabytes is the new Call of Duty when last gen was only 7 gigabytes, 6 gigabytes. Look! So, what does everybody think about this space issue? Like, if there's people that are really into downloading stuff digitally, I mean, I'm getting this game on disc. I get every game on disc, and even though this game still has to install 45.84 gigabytes, so you can't get away from it, whether you buy digitally or buy the CD version. So how do you guys feel about that much space being taken away from your Xbox One? or your system in general, depending on what you get it for. Boss, how do you feel about 45.84 gigabytes being taken away from your Xbox hard drive?
I mean, if you asked me this question 2 weeks after I got the Xbox One, which was day one, I'll be very pissed. Listen, I'll be extremely pissed. But due to the fact that I have a 1 terabyte external hard drive, I ain't tripping, and you shouldn't either. I mean, an external hard drive, at least 1 terabyte right now, you can get a decent one for like $69.99. So I think that if you can afford a Xbox One, you should be able to afford an external hard drive. We already know that these next-gen games are going to surpass anything that we ever downloaded prior. So just knowing that alone, you should be prepared. It's like coming to a fight, you know what I mean, that is a gunfight without a gun. Like, what do you think you're going to be doing here? You're going to be downloading games that are huge, right? I mean, this is a part of the gaming culture to have games that have large memory downloads that require a lot of space. So if you can't afford it, then it sucks, right? Then I feel bad. But it shouldn't really be an issue to where you got to bitch and complain when they actually remedied the problem. They gave you a workaround. You can support, it supports external hard drives. So get yourself a hard drive so you wouldn't have this issue.
What about PlayStation 4 users? That's the problem right there. That's where the problem comes in.
No, but listen though, even though Sony, listen, I don't want to go into my PS4, right? I don't want to go into changing the hard drive manually myself because I feel I will poke a tab or pull something out or release a wire that I'm not supposed to release in my system's a paperweight. But they also even allow you to actually upgrade your hard drive with putting in, whatever type of hard drive you want, as far as a solid state hard drive or, so on and such, or whatever you want. So there's even a workaround for the PS4 owners. But I do believe that they should, at some point, initiate some form of external hard drive support, just like they took off the HDPC cap, to allow you to actually record with whatever capture device you have. So there's a workaround. It shouldn't really be an issue. Memory right now shouldn't really be an issue for a lot of gamers because there's a will and a way to actually allow you to actually download larger games and more games if you have an external hard drive.
Trent, how do you feel about a 45 gigabyte? You got Grand Theft Auto that you want. That's 50 gigabytes. And now you got Call of Duty that we just found out is 45 gigabytes. And so how do you feel about that? Do you agree that with Bawse that space shouldn't be an issue because there is a workaround?
Yeah, I agree with Bawse. I really don't care. I mean, that's what I was expecting anyway. That just proves that it's more next gen than last year. Like you just said, though, last year version was so small.
Mm-hmm.
And you were kind of like, really? That's it? Oh, cool. But Battlefield, oh my gosh, Battlefield, the way you were like, oh, it's wow, it's taking up so much space. I remember last year you went there with Battlefield and you were just like, that must prove that it's more next gen or whatever.
Yeah, but you gotta understand that at the time I didn't have an internal the internal hard drive that I had didn't work for the PlayStation 4. So I'm just like, you know what? Forget that noise. I'll just delete it, trade it in anyway. Done. We had to mention GameStop in one episode. Go ahead, boss. Give me the GameStop.
GameStop.
There we go. I know we have.
All right, Will, I had to get you, man. I mean, you support those guys, and you guys are in cahoots. So
I support them to an extent, not all their methods. No.
I know you got the credit card by now, Will. So.
No, I refuse to get that crappy ass 26.99% approved. Never mind, forget it.
Oh, you didn't get your discounted one? I thought they would have sent you a discounted one by now, Will.
That's just wrong. Okay, all right.
Well, yeah, I don't really care about the space.
So you don't care, Thuggy. Since you're still, since you're not in the next gen just yet, how do you feel about these games being 45 gigabytes? Because even if you get the system, you still have to install that into. Even if you buy the game regularly, you have to still install that into your console. So how do you feel about the space being so big this time around?
I think it sucks, especially if you got some crappy internet service. But I don't know.
So you don't know.
I don't know.
All right. I'm sorry. There's like no like handheld news that. Sorry, Thuggy. It's like unless if you have something else that you want to add into a story. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about, Thuggy?
Not really. I got like a little bit of news. Got 3 new Mega Evolutions for Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
And what are they?
Mega Pidgeotto, Mega Lugia. I think that's the name. Omega Latios, one of them. You know, got like the twins of them or whatever.
Oh, Latios and Latias.
It's one of them from Mega. And the B.
Oh, so Mega Beedrill, Mega Pidgeot, and Mega Latios or Latias. I don't know which one. I knew about the Latias one. I just didn't know about the Beedrill one and the Pidgeotto. Pidgeot. Whatever. So, I don't know if Bawse or Trent, I know you're not a Pokemon player. So, Bawse, you're not a Pokemon player either, right?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, Will.
Oh, okay. Why? Well, I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm telling you to buy Super Smash Brothers, but not Pokemon. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you. I Pokemon. I'm just saying, I know that you don't play Pokemon, right? Why don't you get the 3DS, Bawse? Why don't you buy it? You can get yourself Pokemon and Ruby and stuff.
Listen, man, Black Friday, man, I'm gonna be hovering around. I'm moving around Black Friday, so you know.
That's why it's perfect for you to get a 3DS so you can play while you're on the dumb.
Nah, you know what it is? I told you guys months back, man, that I'm gonna pull a trigger on the Wii U Black Friday, so. You know.
Yes! And Super Smash Brothers comes out around that time. So.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it comes out November 21st for the Wii U. So it comes out a week before Black Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there you go. So that's a perfect time for you to get a Wii U. Perfect time.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that.
Yay, finally! Finally, Bawse agrees with me about Nintendo. About something about Nintendo. Okay. I guess this is the final story. Halo Master Chief Collection White Xbox One bundled has been revealed.
It will.
What's up?
Lynn says check the comments on YouTube.
Oh, thank you, Lynn. Let me check right now. Do we have any questions? Oh, she just shared our video. Oh, wait. Yeah, Lynn left us some questions. She said, but the point of buying discs is so you can save space on hard drives. Not true. Oh, that's what she said 5 minutes ago. They shouldn't because we didn't buy next-gen consoles for previous-gen content. So that's what Lynn said. So, yeah, I think she disagrees with you, Bawse, on the whole space thing. She said the point of buying discs is so that you can save space on hard drives.
We're still friends, Lynn. We're still friends. You're still my friend, Lynn.
I mean, but in a way, she does kind of have a point. You shouldn't have to install, a disc into a console. I mean, I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know. That's just me. But
does anyone know the real reason why? Well,
I really
know
don't
they
know.
said the game will run better, but it just seems I'm kind of with Lynn on that one because, like you was saying, like the internet, if you got slow internet, but you still got to deal with the space issue even if you got the disc version of the game. Yeah.
But what do you think about? Yeah, there's a disc issue that makes it run better, but it's still not. Xbox still can't run, not 1080p, and I'm not saying that like in an angry sort of way or anything like that. I'm just saying that Xbox still has, cannot run in 900p even if the disc is installed. So I just don't see any benefit. It's just that there's a lot of data in the disc, and they need that to be installed in the console in order for it to run fast. Because if not, it wouldn't be able to even meet the mark of 30 frames per second. I'm assuming. That's just what I'm assuming. I don't know. But
It takes a really long time on Xbox.
and it takes a really long time to install games, at least on Xbox. But yeah. Oh, the story. IGN writes that Halo Master Chief Collection White Xbox One bundle is revealed. No plans for a U.S. release, which we know that it's probably going to happen anyway. During Microsoft's conference in the Brazil game show, the company revealed a Halo Master Chief Collection White Xbox One bundle. The bundle will be available in Brazil along with other select markets. A Microsoft spokesperson told IGN, however, there are currently no plans to bring the bundle to the U.S. The spokesperson added that they will be sharing more information on the bundle in the near future. The bundle will reportedly cost, oh my god, roughly $840. I cannot live in Brazil. And will release early next year, according to Kotaku Brazil. The Master Chief Collection is set to release on November 11th, exclusively on Xbox One. So yeah, there's that. So white Xbox One in Brazil and other select markets, but they're not saying the other selected markets, and for roughly $840 in Brazil. If we're translating that to American money. Brazil is expensive as hell to live in. If you're a gamer, because they have that no gaming tax, whatever it is. So yeah. Too much. So what do you guys think of this Halo Master Chief Collection White Edition White Bundle? I don't even know how to say it. How do you guys feel about this Xbox, Bawse?
You know what, man? I understand, why people like consoles that have different colors, because it makes you feel like your console is more exclusive, and in a way it is because it has another color, but you can also get a skin that would actually help you with that. So actually buying one that actually costs maybe a little more than a normal one would cost, actually you're not actually saving money, you're actually spending more money. But then again, people are going to buy what they want and get what they want. I have no problem with that. The Xbox that's going to be all white, cool. I mean, if you're into the whole color scheme and that's your play, cool, go for it. If you like to stand out and have the one that's going to look a bit different, cool. But if it actually isn't enhancing the hardware, making it better, like the Xbox One Call of Duty One will, which will be 1 terabyte, so it's giving you actually 500 more gigs of memory, then I don't really see the reason why the white one should really be one that people should really want, other than the fact that it's white. But you can also get a black one, which is 1 terabyte, and it actually has a Call of Duty theme that a lot of gamers tend to play. Gamers tend to play. So, I mean, it comes down to a matter of preference. You know what I mean? If that's what floats your boat, then you're going to get it anyway.
Okay. All right, Trent, how do you feel about a Halo White Bundle Xbox? Do you think, what do you think about it?
It's too expensive.
Well, it's not $840 in the U.S. That's just what it translates in Brazilian money. Like Brazil would be, if Brazil was paying that amount in U.S. dollars, because it's 2,000 R, whatever that is, in Brazil. So that translates to $840 because they got a gaming tax over there that is like 300% or something like that. No, that doesn't sound. Yeah, it doesn't sound right, but that's the tax. It's like a 100% or some 200% something boost in tax for games, and games over there cost like $150 a game. Oh my God, no, I cannot live in Brazil.
Well, I agree with Bawse. You could just put a skin on it. I have a white Wii U, and it's kind of but I may just get a skin eventually instead of, I save a little money by not getting a black one. I just get a black skin on it.
Okay, okay. Thuggy, how do you feel about a white Halo edition? A Halo. It's just a white Xbox. That's all it is. A white Xbox One, and it just comes with Halo, Master Chief Collection. So how do you feel about that?
Well, they could just, I'd say, just keep the regular Xbox one you got, or just get that Sunset Overdrive one.
There's that. Personally, this is if you're not an owner of Xbox One and Halo Master Chief Collection seems to be something, and you like a white Xbox, and we're not even sure if this is even coming to America, but if it is, you know, you will be getting Halo Master Chief Collection. You will be getting a white Xbox, and that's it for the same price. So you're basically paying what I paid on launch, except you get a free game with it. Digital download, of course. Then there's the Xbox One with there's the Sunset Overdrive one, and there's also the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Day Zero edition, which Ms.K is getting, and Lynn is getting the Sunset Overdrive one. So we will be having unboxing videos of those in the future if you guys want to see it. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Gamers Nation 1234. We are going to do our final segment where we advertise ourselves. So we're going to go down the line. Bawse, advertise yourself.
What's up, guys? I'm Brooklyn Bawse. You can find me at YouTube at Brooklyn Bawse. You can also find me on Twitter at Game Like Bawse. No, actually, Game. Excuse me, man. My whole mouth is like saying 1,000 words at one time. My brain is saying something different. Let me start that over, guys. I am Brooklyn Bawse. You can find me at YouTube at Brooklyn Bawse. You can find me on Twitter at Boss Gamer 101. I play a lot of games that are action based. I do reviews of games. I'm more like a journalist / critic. So you can check me out and stay tuned for more videos. Gamers Nation 1234, where gamers come together.
Yay! Next we have Trent. Advertise yourself.
I'm Trent from the Trent Network on YouTube. That's it.
Hopefully we will have videos maybe next week. But we'll get started. Every week we're gonna just mention this. That maybe next week. Maybe next week.
Ain't gonna say nothing about that. Kermit the Frog, where are you?
And finally we have Thuggy. Advertise yourself.
So y'all, this your boy Thuggy Plus, and that's plus the sign, not the word. You tweet me on Twitter, I am Thuggy, and you can check my YouTube channel. I basically do talk about gaming topics that interest me, do unboxings, reviews, and first impressions.
All right, and finally, Will, advertise yourself. Okay, I'm Will. I have 2 channels, the Gamers Nate. I'm sorry. The Will of Gaming and Dark Ruler 1030, which is Dark Ruler 1030 is my vlogging channel. The Will of Gaming is my gaming channel. It has no identity. It just has gameplay videos right now of me playing Shadow of Mordor. I completed it, so the whole gameplay walkthrough, the 25-part series, is now available to watch at your own free will. So yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. I do have plans on Super Smash Brothers stuff in the future, Bayonetta 2 in the future, and a few other games that are coming out in the future. We'll be also on on Will of Gaming and Gamers Nation. So thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. Remember, if you guys have any topics that randomly come up or come across during an episode, be sure to leave a link in the questions below. Also, ask us your questions. You can make the show. It doesn't necessarily have to be a show based on news. You can ask us our opinions on a certain topic, or what we think about something, or whatever. So be sure to ask questions. Also, be sure to follow everybody in this panel, everybody in this podcast, including those who couldn't make today's episode. So be sure to follow Ms.K at 219 Gary IND. Be sure to follow Lynn at iPod 1 Reviewer. That's the number, iPod 1 Reviewer. And be sure to follow the old Dirty 33, which is Dirty with the blue hair. He does vinyl stuff and everything like that. So be sure to follow all of us. We will really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. And this is GamersNation1234 signing out. Bye. See you on Monday.
Bye.
See ya.